Welcome to another episode of Going with the Flow. I'm your host, Lucas Cellino, and I'm here with our guest, Tyler Lane. Tyler, welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you took quite the long trip to come here today, all the way from California.
Yep, it's been an adventure for sure.
Why move from California to Buffalo?
A couple different reasons. Out in California and Los Angeles, everything was really high pace. Not that it's not here, but it's definitely a more laid back vibe, I would say. My fiance's from here. All her family's here. She wanted to come back at some point. I wanted to get out of California, and then I got this offer with you guys, and I thought it was a great time to make the leap.
So you're officially, we started electrical, I guess when you got here. You took all your tests, City of Buffalo Master Electrician's test, which we'll skip all the details in that. That's been a little bit of a rough path.
Yeah, definitely.
Nailed the test, got all the test scores. Taking a little while for the admin side, but
yeah.
So you came in and started the electrical. So we're residential service. What kind of electrical were you doing in California? Where did you work? I guess what is your expertise? What's your background?
Yeah, so in California, I was a union electrician since 2013. Did a 5-year apprenticeship program there. I worked at Universal Studios for the theme park for the last 9 years. I was gang boss of the shop for a little while. We had a crew of 45 guys. So that was pretty commercial based, real, big commercial work. And then there's also the maintenance side of things to where we're, just keeping the park running, making sure all the lights are on, plugs are working, stuff like that. I also started my own company out there for a little while, which was really residential based, kind of like what we're doing now. Panel upgrades, EV chargers, bunch of electric stoves out there. Anything they could get electric, they were going for that out there. So
I remember you came in the winter a few times, and the one time you were here, it was complete ice. Have you adapted to the Buffalo weather yet?
Summer's great. Yeah, I'm loving it, but I mean, you might have to ask me again in February.
Sure.
Not quite sure how my first snowstorm's gonna go with plowing or snow blowing and all that, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a different challenge, so I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, driving in the snow to begin with can be difficult if you haven't done it.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up snowboarding, and so I'm used to driving in the mountains with snow and whatnot. But yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be totally different when I'm living in it.
You've been here for what now? 3 months about?
Got here April 7th.
April 7th. So a little over that. So about 4 months.
Yeah.
But you took a month off right away.
Took a month off. Had to go to Italy. So
had to. What have you noticed at Cellino, or I guess even Western New York, as far as like on service calls? Anything stand out to you?
Service calls, it's all basically pretty similar to the service calls I'd get back home. People are losing power to half their house. And to be honest, a lot of times it's a breaker reset or a GFI going bad, which feeds different portions of their home. But yeah, other times it could be more than that. There's the knob and tube where that is a problem, and if you come across that, it's time to replace that. But yeah, there's a lot of that around here.
Yeah, we have a pretty old housing stock in Western New York.
Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, other than that, it's fairly similar to what I'd see out there.
What do you think of the team at Cellino thus far?
Team at Cellino, I think, is great. I mean, like I said, I was at a really big corporate spot before, so you're just another number there. This place really, it feels like family already. I don't know. I think it's great. I actually enjoy going to work now. So.
Yeah, and I remember you were telling me you used to wake up at like 4 a.m. to get to work.
No, I would wake up at 3 because I had to clock in at 4 because we had to get things going and work done before the theme park would open at 8 or 9. So that's yeah, it was pretty rough waking up that early. But yeah, I'm loving my schedule here. Everything about it. It's all good.
What is your favorite job to go to? if you had a call and you see what the call is, what one would make you like the most excited to get to?
Like we're talking service call or like an install or
Either or.
either.
Let's do service call.
Service call. When it might sound weird, but just when they're missing power to half their house, it seems like such a big problem most of the time. And then once I get there and I figure it out pretty quickly, they're very happy. And, I enjoy that because it makes me feel like,
Superhero.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, that's all it was, and then they get a little kind of down on themselves. They're like, man, I feel so stupid or whatever. And I'm like, well, no, you just don't know. And it's better for it to be a minor issue like this for your peace of mind. And, and then I kind of coach them through what I did and how I found the issue. So they might be able to resolve it themselves next time instead of, feeling stupid, as they say. But
sure.
Yeah. So
what, next question be, what is the call that you dread to go to? What do you think is like you see it and it's like, oh man,
something where I have to crawl under a house. Definitely. But I mean, I wouldn't know that until I get there. But that's once I get in that scenario, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a rough day.
Yeah, what makes it worse is the winter when you're crawling through it and you're digging out your way to find that crawl space first. Yeah, we'll get you there.
Yeah, see, definitely not looking forward to that. But hopefully, I have a fleet of apprentices by then. No, just.
Yeah, so the one thing that you showed us kind of right when you got here was the panel. What do you call it? How do you kind of figure out what everything going in the panel is? Panel mapping.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about? I've never seen this before, and I think it's one of the coolest things. Probably a service we should be pushing more.
Yeah, so it's this company, Circuit IQ. They created this panel mapping system, and you put these devices in every receptacle, and then one per light switch, like in a light socket. Turn everything on. You go through with an app, and you can be very detailed on every module. This is grandpa's bedroom west wall receptacle. You can be as detailed as possible. And then basically it goes through and maps your whole electrical system from you have to go through, cycle all the breakers. And once that module loses power, it associates itself with that breaker. And at the end of it, it keeps all the data, in the app, and you can have access to it from your app. We also print out a very detailed panel schedule. So if there's ever an emergency or some sort of issue, you know exactly what breaker is feeding what throughout your house.
Now, if you're having an issue already, though, would it be too late to do the panel mapping?
No, we would just have to fix that issue first, and then we could panel map it. And so for anything further, because you need the power present in order to do the panel map.
Yeah. How long does it take to complete the process?
If you have a big home, 2 hours, about 2 hours start to finish.
Screw something in each light bulb, it only takes 2 hours?
So it's not each light bulb. If you have 10 lights on one switch, you just need to pull down one of them, and then that'll associate itself with the whole circuit. So, it could take a little bit of time, but I think about 2 hours for a good size home is about where we're at.
Yeah, very neat. I hope we do a lot more of the panel mapping. I think it's a great service, and again, it's something that I didn't hear about until you came here.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it would help, other electricians or service people, whatever, whenever they get to your house, because at 9 out of 10 houses I go to, the panel mapping is the panel schedule is either inaccurate or just not there. So it becomes a big guessing game. People are going through shutting off breakers. If you're working from home, end up shutting off your internet when you're on an important meeting or something, could cause a lot of problems for people. So I think it's just doesn't hurt having as much info about your house as possible.
Yeah.
It's an investment, right? So.
Yeah, no, I hope we get more of those out there. I think it's a great service. I've seen the one job that we did. And again, I know the customers were thrilled, so hopefully we get a whole lot more of those out there.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you look forward to in the next year? Where do you see electrical going over the next year?
The next year, I hope we have a good team of electricians. I feel like we're growing already since it's been 4 months, and things are moving in the right direction. So.
Yeah, when you first came here, we were really concerned about having enough calls, and you came here and there's never, we had a lot of marketing different plans, and we quickly shifted to let's cut those out. Tyler's already overloaded here.
Yeah, it kind of just happened naturally, right? Which kind of says a lot about Cellino as a company as a whole,
Well, I think part of it's West. I just don't think there's enough electricians in West New York, especially as New York State looks to move all electric. That's certainly going to be an obstacle for us to overcome.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to start looking other places for some people maybe.
You told me that we were golfing yesterday, and you said you got a few friends from California that you're trying to convince to come over.
Trying to reel them in. I might need you to talk to them. It worked on me.
Yeah, I'm shocked to hear that like other states actually have or areas have like extra workers, opposed to the amount of work. That's mind blowing to me because West New York, just growing up, plumbing, there's never been enough plumbers. Even getting HVAC, we can never find. There's always the laborers that you get, that don't have much experience. But as far as like experienced people you can send to a home quickly, it really doesn't exist in West New York. It doesn't seem.
Yeah, I mean, I'm figuring that out quickly. I'm trying to remodel my house, and it's been pulling teeth just to get anybody out there to look at it, and it's fascinating to me. But yeah, if people need work, come to Western New York. I mean, you'll do just fine.
Well, one sales pitch yesterday at the company, or Wednesday at the company meeting, we announced we're going to have a Cellino golf team. You think that'll inspire anyone to possibly come over?
I mean, it's a great incentive. Why not?
Yeah, free golf, free driving range, and looking to a virtual league. Tyler here's you're probably our best. Well, no, someone else claims to have a lower handicap than you, right?
I don't know. I don't know what his handicap is.
I heard a 3 handicap.
Is it 3? Yeah, I'm at a 4 right now, so that would be a fun match.
Be a showdown.
Yeah, we gotta get out there and see what he's got.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm working my way down.
Yeah,
certainly have fallen in love with the game of golf. When I first met you, it's oh man, I'm golfing this guy from California. He says he's good. I'm like, electrician. I'm like, oh boy. So he's probably not good at all. And I quickly realized you are exactly what you said you were as far as your golf game, and electrical even better. So we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for coming on the podcast as well.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, and thanks for everything. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
All right, Tyler, we're going to do a new segment, silly yes or silly no. So being from California, and this going to be your first full season here, got some questions. Either silly yes, you plan to do these things, or silly no, you don't want to do these things.
All right.
You don't plan to do these. Tailgate for Bills games.
I don't think I have a choice, as I just bought a house right behind the stadium. So tailgate at my house, that's a silly yes.
Silly yes. Yeah, you plan on parking cars tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do.
So his space is open. What street you on? Gonna get a quick shout out.
On Penhurst.
Penhurst, right off Abbott, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right off Abbott. Behind what is that?
Danny's.
Silly yes, silly no. Food truck Tuesdays.
My fiance's been talking about wanting to go, so I'd have to say that's a silly yes as well.
That's right behind my house. That's in Larkinville there. Yeah, I haven't gone in 2 years now.
Well, I'll have to
you
go.
Might not even know what this one is. Dingus Day.
Dingus Day. I went to it. So that's a silly yes. I thought it was awesome.
It is silly.
Yeah, it was raining, so we didn't make the parade, but we went to some bars around there, and it was chaos.
Yep. Artie's Fry. Oh yeah. Taste of Buffalo.
Taste of Buffalo. Definitely, I wanted to go to it, but I missed it. So next year, I'd like to go. I'd say silly yes again.
A local favorite, sponge candy.
Sponge candy. Just from the sound, I'm gonna have to say Cellino.
Cellino, you gotta try it. I'm not a fan of chocolate, but it's good.
Okay.
Have you had Loganberry? Silly yes, silly no.
No, silly no. I haven't had it yet, but I know they make Loganberry wings that I heard were pretty good, but I don't know. To me, it sounds a little funky, so I'm gonna say silly no.
Silly no for wings for me. Silly yes for Loganberry for sure. You gotta try it. I'm a Loganberry fan. I don't like sweet either.
Yeah.
Salt your walkway the night before a storm.
Realistically, probably Cellino, but I'm sure I should.
All right, and
I've got
personal.
to figure all that out still.
I would do silly yes for now. Yeah, you want to start with a yes. Once that stuff sticks, it is so hard to get off. Once you get an ice undercoat on your sidewalk, you're never getting it off.
All right, noted. No one's told me that yet, so.
You don't have a sidewalk right now, I don't think, right? There's no sidewalk.
No, not really, not yet.
It's coming. And when it does, don't let that ice build up.
All right.
Last one, fun one here. Lake effect snow days are fun.
I'd say silly yes. Well, it's different for me. I haven't had a snow day, so I'm looking forward to one.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the heart of it too in Orchard Park there. So be ready. You won't know what's coming. They'll say it's gonna be a huge storm. It might be nothing. Might be 2 days stuck inside, not coming out. So
So be stocked up.
yeah, brace up.
Yeah.
All right, great. And thanks for doing our first silly yes, silly no episode here.
No problem. It was great.
Feel free to comment your answers for silly yes, silly no below.